Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is March 27, 2019, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the major economic events at day 10 a.m. this morning out of Europe, ECB President Draghi will be speaking. So it's going to be at 10 a.m. South African time. Now, looking at an earlier number that came out this morning, a rate decision came out of New Zealand, and it did affect the New Zealand dollar just tremendously, tanking over 100 pips this morning. We're going to take a look at that. But the rest of the market, when we're looking at Forex symbols, is still very choppy, okay? No directional move there. Now, looking at the indices, we saw a nice little rally from the JSE, bouncing off support yesterday, which was really nice. And the Dow Jones has been also very, very undecided which way it's going, okay? We're going to take a look at that in just a moment. Looking at commodities, gold is sold off onto support, and oil advances. That may give us an indication of which way the market is going later today. And lastly, looking at the stocks, Apple pretty much fizzles and Facebook still remains to be strong. So there's a little bit of a rotation in the markets, but let's take a look at what we can expect from today's trading. So just to give you the effect of what happened this morning, we're looking at the New Zealand dollar on a 1-hour chart. Look at that nosedive. Oh my goodness. Over 109 pips here as this just, boggles down to earth. And the question is which way is it going to go next? So, I mean, really, it's at the bottom of quote unquote a range, right? I mean, if we look at the bottom of the range, it's really 67.49-ish area on just a 4-hour chart, and the top of the range is 69.27. So it is trading within a decent range. So, it's perking up this morning just after it sold off just really sharply. I don't like to pick bottoms, but if it does, show a correctional move, it'll happen later today. Now, looking at the Euro USD, we're also trading at the bottom of the range here. We're looking at a daily chart. Let's look at a 4-hour chart just to give us an effect. We sold off from 14.27 down to 12.50-ish level over the past, week and a half, less than a week. So, that's a major retracement. 150 pips, not so bad. However, with it is coming a lot of choppiness. Okay, we rallied from the brinks from 11.89 up to 14. It's just trading in a range basically, okay? So this actually may be a really decent time to actually pick it up on the long, especially if Draghi gives some positive indication to the markets. Now looking at the, some of the other Forex symbols, nothing to really write home about. GBP USD is still undecided which way it wants to go. Aussie dollar sold off here, as you can see, from 71.39 this morning, after this New Zealand dollar affected the Aussie the most. Now this was the one that was looking like it was perking up and starting to get stronger. But as you can see, it's not. Okay, so we're still in choppy kind of trading atmosphere when we're looking at the Forex symbol. However, looking at the commodities, okay, we had this really nice rally. We're looking at gold here on a 4-hour chart, and you saw that we really had this really nice trend line that we really, controlled, and we were trading within that range. We're looking like we're breaking it right now. Okay, as this speaks, we look like it's actually challenging that area right now. Now, let's take a look at it on a 1-hour chart just to give you that perspective. So, if this was the trend line, okay, we've violated it once before, but on an intraday, it doesn't look like we violated it. Okay, so this violation may not seem like we've violated it, if it does consider to sell above 13.18 today. Okay, so it looks like it's just a dip when we look at a 4-hour chart. So you won't see it. You'll see it just as a wick, not as a candle. That's really significant because I did say that we may find ourselves just trading in a range until there's some impetus to take us higher, and if not, then we could go back down to the 1300-ish level. Okay, so with that said, just be a little bit cautious here when we're looking at gold to buy it on the long, because it may not follow through. Now looking at oil, oil is trading this morning at $60 a barrel, just shy of it by 1 cent right now. But looking like it's making that double top, it has to really break above the 60.25 to show us that it's regaining its strength on the upside. So with that said, there is a double top right here at 60.25, so just be aware of that. Now looking at the JSE, this is what I'm talking about. Yesterday we had this nice bounce, okay, from this 49,435 support level, and we're just there this morning at 49,927. Like to see some follow through, maybe even break above it. Let's see if we get that. Okay, maybe we'll have that correctional move. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, we had a nice little rally after the number came out. We rallied the whole day up to 25,827. Nice big day. But then it faltered. Okay, at the end of the day, just selling off right after the market opened. And we're just trading in the middle of that right now. So again, not much follow through in the Dow Jones either. So this is really significant to note because, it's a little bit harder to stay married to a particular stock or a particular index when it's not following through for you. Okay, so just be aware of it. If you do to get some money out of it, just make sure to book your profits really quickly. Now, looking at Apple, we sold off quite sharply yesterday. Okay, look at that. We gapped up and then selling off sharply to 186 and then bouncing off this 184. Now, this has really retraced over 10 points since our, massive rally that we've had over the past, let's say, since the beginning of the month, from the 8th of March. Okay, we've had a rally from 172 up to 195, 196, and that's a nice 20 plus point rally. Okay, now we're retracing about 10 points, normal. Okay, but I'd like to see some sort of rejuvenation of this stock on the upside. Now, Facebook took the lead after it made some correctional moves earlier in the week after gapping up and, finally showing some life again at 167. Now we're just trading within the ranges between 173 and 159. So again, I don't expect any big surprises today, but if you do see it's getting weaker, it's getting stronger, you may want to take a position in either way. Now, a lot is taking into effect in the markets right now. Consumer confidence, the Brexit vote is still lingering, the consumer, some of the trade relations between China and the United States is still lingering. So there's a little bit of a cloud in the world economy right now as to the direction. Okay, it wasn't as clear as, let's say, 6 months ago to a year ago, where we seemed like, okay, business as usual. Okay, right now it seems like the markets are softening up, especially in China and especially in Europe. Okay, after we had that flash production numbers last Friday. So just be very cautious. Okay, this is not a time to really press, in either direction. It just seems like we're, trading between ranges until we figure everything out. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.